Now, what's been called the Orange Mask Fridays campaign is seeking to involve ordinary citizens in a massive national protest against corruption. Organisers of this campaign hope to draw support for their call for government and law enforcement agencies to charge all those implicated in COVID-19 procurement fraud, find them guilty and send them to jail, where they'll get to wear orange prison uniforms. Now, people are being asked to back this campaign and show their support by wearing an orange face mask every Friday. The campaign will run until the 10th or the 9th of December, we're told, which will coincide with International Anti-Corruption Day. To tell us a bit more about this initiative, let's bring in via our video link Rod Solomons, who's convener of South Africa First and leading the charge by example, I see. Rod, thanks very much for your time and welcome to the AM Report. Let me start by understanding the work that South Africa First actually does. Tell us a bit more about this forum and who you represent.
South Africa, good morning, by the way, and to your listeners as well. South Africa First Forum is a civil activist group. We started it in 2016, where we demanded accountability and good governance when Jacob Zuma was leading the country. So we were started to agitate South Africans to take a stand. And as we said, speak truth to power and say enough is enough. We felt that South Africa demanded a better government that put our constitution first and put our country first, and obviously our people first, and hence we called it the South Africa First Forum. So as then, we are also agitating for accountability when it comes to the spending of the money of the taxpayers. And hence we supported all the other organizations around the Orange Mask Fridays campaign. It's about 70 civil society organizations. And our demand is clear. We want accountability with action, with consequences. We want action. We do not want promises or nice sounding speeches, because our people are really angry and disappointed about the looting of the COVID-19 and other funds. And those funds were meant to deal with the issues of ordinary South Africans. People were losing jobs, etc. So, and then the funds were just looted by people who didn't deserve those money. And then, as we also said, and you so aptly indicated in the introduction, we want those who are alleged to have stolen, they must be speedily investigated. They must be prosecuted and they must be thrown into jail. We want no deals to be made with any politician, however senior or important that politician is. We want no deals, because as ordinary South Africans, we say enough is enough, and that money don't belong to them. The money belongs to taxpayers, the money belongs to you, the money belongs to your parents, the money belongs to people that pay VAT, etc. And there must be accountability. Right. And we are not going to accept nothing happens to them.
Sure, it's a point well made. I mean, Rod, aesthetically, this could look very impactful. I mean, just having enough people wearing something like an orange mask visually could make quite an impact. Some people might say, though, that materially it could leave a lot to be desired. It's yet another campaign. Why should South Africans back this?
You see, the thing is that that's what people said when we started about Jacob Zuma as well. People said, well, you people can march, you can petition, you can write letters, you can lament on social media. Nothing is going to happen. He's all powerful. He's the president of the ANC, etc. Look where is he today? So it starts, it starts small. The campaign started small. The citizens' movement in KZN initiated the campaign. All of us, we agreed that it's a good campaign and we'll work together with them. Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, Corruption Watch, Outer, etc., etc. So it is gaining momentum. And the more people wear it, even if you guys in the newsrooms wear the orange mask on a Friday, it would make a huge impact. And people can make their own orange mask. They can contact the different organizations who's got orange mask, some sell it at cost, etc. And it is really just to show the government that we want action, and we want those who are alleged to have stolen money to wear those orange overalls. So it is, I know people say it's just another campaign, but you know what? We need to have these campaigns all the time, because those who are doing wrong are precisely depending on that argument, are saying that we are getting tired, we're going to get tired, it's not going to make an impact, etc. I always argue you don't always need to march to make an impact. You can make an impact in different ways. And the impact that we're going to make is through wearing this orange mask. It's easy for ordinary South Africans to do. And it's going to culminate in on the 9th of December, which is International Anti-Corruption Day.
Okay.
So it's a long slog, and nothing comes easy, and struggle has never been easy. And this is another struggle that we're engaging in against corruption.
So, Rod, of course, to get to a point where there are successful prosecutions, you need to have a national prosecuting authority that's not incapacitated, as ours currently arguably still is. What is this campaign doing to address those underlying complexities?
You know, the SA First Forum probably about a month ago, we actually marched during lockdown to the offices of the National Director of Public Prosecutions in the Western Cape. We handed over a memorandum where we demanded action. And in there we said we will go and talk to lawyers, investigators, etc. in the private sector to come and volunteer their time and to do things pro bono to assist, to capacitate them. And we also argued that there is no such a thing as a foolproof case. So we're saying that the National Director of Public Prosecutions should have enough evidence to at least start charging people. We want them to be charged and to come and ventilate their case in court and to come and argue why they are innocent. Because then they're under oath, and they can't lie. They need to tell the truth, and all that we are asking, we want action. We want the National Director of Public Prosecution to start charging people. The president said they've given them more money that they required. They started appointing more staff, etc. But you know what? When the Scorpions were there were hundreds of thousands of people that were trained by the FBI, by the British, probably by the French, etc. Where are these people today? Why can't they go and get those people and maybe get them out of retirement to come and assist them? It's very simple. Investigate and charge. So the National Director of Public Prosecutions must do their work, and the Hawks must up the game in terms of investigating these matters.
So, Rod, the campaign, this particular one, runs until the 9th of December. What happens after that if nothing has changed?
You know what? Let me tell you, if nothing happens, I'm telling you, South Africans, I think then we're going to take this thing to another level. There is just no way on this earth that ordinary South Africans are just going to be quietly sit down and make sure that these politicians, nothing happens to them. Besides the election campaign, the elections that's happening next year, local government elections, etc., we will certainly look at and consider other avenues to make sure that that the government is held fully accountable, and South Africans say that if need be, we don't need a government like this.
All right. Rod Solomons is the convener of South Africa First. Thanks very much for your time on the AM Report.